All right, guys. So I just finished the last event at CPAC, listening to President Trump speak. And this is the first time I think I've ever done a video in a suit on my channel. So if you guys like me doing the videos in suits, let me know, right? If you think the suit look is better than the hat and a t-shirt look, okay? I don't usually wear these, not since I was in corporate America, okay? Had to wear them every day. Now that I don't, right? I try not to wear them, but sometimes, you gotta, dress up and whatnot. So it is what it is. So if you like the suit look, maybe I'll do it more often, maybe not, who knows? But I just want to know what you guys think. But we got an interesting reaction here, okay, that I want to talk about between Piers Morgan and this woke journalist, Mr. Ernest Owens, who is a woke activist. I believe that he's LGBTQ. And Mr. Ernest Owens made accusations about Piers Morgan, saying that he was a racist. Okay, he called Piers Morgan racist for remarks that he made about Meghan Markle, or the remarks that Piers Morgan made were racist. Now, Piers Morgan invited Mr. Ernest Owens on his show to explain what did he say that was racist about Meghan Markle. And of course, as you guys should better guess, the woke activists can't really come up with anything because basically any type of disagreement with them is racist. And I found this exchange to be fascinating because I actually had an exchange like this with a woke writer who basically slid in my DMs and accused me of transphobia and launching personal attacks against Zaya/Zion Wade. And I'm gonna talk a little bit more about that in a little bit as I get into this video. But I've had a similar accusation launched at me, and this is something that people on the left love to do when they simply disagree with people, right? They like to accuse them of bigotry, but when asked to back up their claims, right, or what exactly is so bigoted about what you said, they can't come up with anything. So without further ado, let's get into it.
I'm sorry, Ernest Owens. I do beg your pardon. Ernest Owens, thank you very much indeed for joining me. And now, I don't know much about you, other than you wrote a piece last week for Rolling Stone magazine saying cancel culture is good for democracy. So I'm going to come to that ludicrous premise in a minute.
Cancel culture is good for democracy. Everything you need to know about this guy, right? Cancel culture is good for democracy. Wow.
But I also remember you tweeting when I left Good Morning Britain, a series of tweets calling me a racist, including enjoying how folks keep getting Piers Morgan together for his racist tirades against Meghan Markle on Good Morning Britain. I was just curious, could you remember a single racist thing that I said about her, or have ever said about her?
Well, thank you for having me on, Piers. I was surprised when I found out I would be on your show.
We're an uncensored show, Ernest. We take all types on here.
Well, all types. Well, there you go.
Well, thank you for having me on, Piers. We already know what we dealing with here. We already know what's going on here, bro.
But I think really a lot of it just seemed to be biased. I think that you was really just harsh on the Duchess of Sussex. And I think there was a little bit of bias in the way that you had really gone after her.
Yeah, but Ernest.
Yeah, okay, so here we go, right? Asked, what specifically did Piers Morgan say that was racist? This guy says, well, I think you were being biased, right? I think you said mean things about her that I didn't like. And therefore, that's why I called you racist, right? Can't point out anything that was actually racist. Just, well, you said things that I disagree with, so therefore it's racist, okay? Amazing, absolutely amazing.
To be clear, I didn't ask you about that. I just said, what were the racist tirades? What racist thing have I ever said about Meghan Markle? I'm curious. You tweeted quite a few times that I was a racist. I'm just curious, what was the racism?
I said your remarks. I said your remarks was racist. I didn't say verbatim.
What were the remarks that were racist?
I think that it's biased. I think that you had a sense of bias of how you were speaking about her and how you was really being insensitive to her mental health.
Sorry. Yeah, but that's not being racist. Bias is not racism. But again, according to the left, again, if you're biased, then that's racist. Bias is racism. Amazing. But what's really going on here is Piers Morgan is a white man criticizing a alleged black woman, right? Which again, is Meghan Markle really black? Who knows? Depends on who you ask. But again, if a white man criticizes anybody that's not white, that's racism. It doesn't matter if the actual comments in themselves are racist or come from a place of some type of racial hate or animosity. It doesn't matter. It's simply they don't think that non-white people should be criticized by whites. This is what they're trying to do. And this is why this person is so pro-cancel culture, right? They want to silence basically anybody's opinion that is white about a non-white person. That's what they want.
Being biased
a lot of her concerns.
Being biased or skeptical of some of her claims is not the same as being racist. What was the thing I said that was racist?
I never, hold on. Do you want the person of color to speak, or do you want to just talk over me?
Nothing to do with your skin color, Ernest. Sorry, nothing to do with your skin color. I don't care if you're black or white or anything else. I just want you to try and tell me, given you tweeted to your many followers repeatedly. Are you going to let me talk? By the way, repeatedly. You did this repeatedly. You have called me a racist repeatedly for racist things I've said about Meghan Markle.
I said you made racist remarks. I did not call you racist.
To stand by what you tweeted. What was it I said about Meghan Markle?
I am. Would you let me talk?
Ever that's been racist?
He don't know. He don't know. Or who knows? I don't know. Maybe I don't know what his pronouns are. Okay, but I'm assuming he uses he, him pronoun. He don't know. He doesn't have anything. They never have anything. So again, I'm going to tell you a quick story here. I had got alert on Instagram in my DMs. This woke activist, I don't know her name because she ended up deleting the conversation and basically blocking me, okay, because I simply asked her to back up her claims. But this woke activist, who's a writer, on her Instagram story, basically accused me of making transphobic and direct personal attacks against Zaya Wade, Dwayne Wade's son, that's transgender. And I simply responded to her claims. I said, well, show me in my video, right? Like, point me in my video exactly where I launched a personal attack against Zaya Wade. Show me in my video where I personally attacked Zaya Wade. She couldn't do it, right? She couldn't do it. She couldn't do it. And again, I wish I could show you guys the DMs, but I don't have them anymore. I don't know how she deleted them, okay? But yeah, every single time, this is what they do. When you ask them, hey, okay, back up your claims. They can't back them up. They just accuse you of bigotry because they disagree with you. And that's an easy way to try to silence dissenting opinions. That's all it is. And that's exactly what's happening here. This guy can't back it up. He don't know. He doesn't have anything. He just says it because he doesn't like the fact that Piers Morgan is a white man criticizing Meghan Markle, who's allegedly a black woman.
Are you going to let me talk, or are you just going to overtalk me?
Just answer the question. Stop answering different questions.
That's microaggression. You're asking a black person to explain how what you did could be perceived as racist, and rather than let me finish talking, you're over-talking me and being highly defensive.
Am I being racist again,
Ernest? Hit dog is hollering right now.
Am I being racist again?
Yeah, of course. Of course.
You're being dismissive. Can I actually talk? Or
maybe because you're not answering the question,
what's the point
Ernest?
of you on the show? Okay, so can I answer the question?
Yes, you can. Please do.
Okay, thank you. Okay. So your targeting of Meghan Markle's mental health, gaslighting her specifically, calling to question the legitimacy of her claims about the royal family being racist, you dismissing those claims, you consistently having a sense of badgering her and targeting her, it's felt like on my end that there was some racial bias there. Now,
yeah, so again, criticism of Meghan Markle because she's allegedly a black woman and Piers Morgan is white is racism, right? Again, this is what it is. He didn't name any actual real racist remark, okay, that he said. He didn't name anything. He just said, well, I feel like, these criticisms, not believing her, okay, because you're supposed to believe all women, right? You're supposed to believe all women, right? Unless there are women that are complaining about biological men being in their, locker rooms and stuff like that. Don't believe those women. But anyways, again, you guys see what's going on here, right? You see what's going on here.
You may feel like it's not. Maybe it's sexism. Maybe it's misogynoir. Maybe it's a combination of both her gender and her race. But it was perceived.
It has to be some type of bigotry. It can't just be, look, this is my criticism of her. It has nothing to do with her allegedly having a vagina. It doesn't have anything to do with her skin color. It doesn't have anything to do with her sexuality. It doesn't have to do with any of that. This is just critical. No, you can't do that. Again, these people are insane.
received by thousands of people. 57,000 people had called Good Morning Britain about some of your behavior.
No, you see, you've got to be very careful, Ernest.
Mischaracterizing the situation on Fox.
Ernest,
you act like it's just Meghan Markle, but it wasn't just Meghan Markle. It was other people who had concerns.
You do have to be careful when you spew more lies, unfortunately, because 57,000 people...
Weren't you not spewing lies?
I'm about to explain what you just said was wrong, a lie. 57,000...
Or you're going to give your interpretation.
If you're going to let me answer the question, 57,000...
Go ahead, Piers.
Ernest, 57,000 people complained to Ofcom, the TV regulator, and guess what?
Correct.
5 months later, every one of the complaints was thrown out, and Ofcom found in my favour to have my right to free speech and freedom of expression. But I come back to my initial point about you. You repeatedly tweeted to many people that I'm a racist. And I'm simply asking you to name one single comment. Ernest, one single comment I've ever made.
Between racist comments?
So did I say a racist tirade? What was it?
I felt like your attacking of Meghan Markle was racially biased.
Oh, you felt like it?
I believe
you felt like it was your feeling.
I felt that way.
It was your feeling that I'm a racist, was it?
I felt like what you did was racially insensitive. I never said verbatim on Twitter that you were a racist. I said you made racist
actually, you
remarks.
just said enjoying how folks keep getting Piers Morgan together for his racist tirades. We're actually looking at your tweet now, Ernest. And there were plenty more. In fact, while I'm talking to you, we'll dig the others out. Just go and dig them out, folks. Here's my point, Ernest. The reason that people think that I may have had a racist connotation to my criticism of Meghan Markle is because people like you, high-profile black people in America, kept saying that without any evidence. And now I've got you on my show. I'm finally able to ask you, why did you tell lies about me?
You're blaming the black guy?
Oh. Yes. Yeah, that's exactly what you're doing. And I'm doing that too. And I'm black, right? And I'm telling you right now, you're an embarrassment, right? You really are. You're embarrassing me because, again, this is why people don't take real accusations of racism seriously, because of petty accusations of racism like this. Again, it's a semantics game. Is there a difference between calling Piers Morgan a racist and saying that, Piers Morgan made racist comments? Sure, but I only can imagine that racist comments would come from somebody that is racist. You would assume that somebody that is racist would make racist comments. So again, it's really not that big of a difference, okay? Like this guy is trying to make it out to be. He knows what he's doing. Look at his look. Look at smile on his face. Look at the smug look on his face. He knows what he's doing. He knows he's wrong. He knows he doesn't have any evidence that Piers Morgan actually said anything racist. He just likes to accuse people of racism who disagree with him, right? And that's all it is.
I'm not blaming the black guy. I'm blaming you as a high-profile black man for claiming wrongly and defensively that I was racist in my motivation towards my criticism of Meghan Markle, which, to be clear, my criticism of her and Prince Harry is I think they both tell lies. They both recently said they didn't mean to call the royal family racist when we heard them say it with their own mouths on national television. So my point to you, Ernest, is you can say these things. You can say these things on Twitter.
Because she's the main problem, bro. She's the main problem. She got this man simping so hard that he left his family, right? She's the main issue. They didn't have this level of issues before she became involved. Again, these people are nuts.
When you're actually held to account
you said about Meghan Markle, and look at the impact that had on her mental health. You have a bigger platform than me, and you've attacked Meghan Markle and it's impacted her mental health. And I feel like someone like me, as a black person, defending her as an innocent black woman in that situation, I felt like I was standing up for her. You need to.
You can't criticize public figures, okay? Their mental health, right? Amazing.
Be accountable for your impact and your power.
Oh, I stand by everything I said.
You have a big influence, and you're trying to play a victim.
I stand by. I'm not a victim.
Markle, and it was disrespectful.
No, Ernest, I'm not a victim, and I'm not a racist.
Are you a victim, Piers?
Ernest, I'm not a victim, and I'm not a racist. I'm somebody who listened to that.
I never called you racist. I said
you listened to the
remarks.
Oprah Winfrey. Just let me finish speaking. I listened to the Oprah Winfrey show. I watched it, and I identified immediately a number of lies. And I said that on air the next morning. Other guests disagreed with me, and you were delighted about the way they came after me, and that's fine. But then you said I was racist repeatedly, that my criticism was racially motivated.
You're being intellectually dishonest. You did not just say she was a liar. You questioned other aspects of her mental health.
No, I said I didn't believe her.
Aspects of it as offensive. Repeat what you said.
I said I didn't.
Repeat what you said.
I said I didn't believe her.
That's not what is racist about that? I don't believe her. What racist comment did he make? He ain't say anything about skin color, anything. But again, these people see any criticism of anybody that is a so-called person of color is racist. Unless it's a person of color that's on the right, that is, or conservative, right? Then, hey, it's open season.
Why?
Because there is no evidence to support the claims that she made. She said she went to a senior member.
Her
I'm about to tell you, Ernest.
Was no evidence?
Ernest,
No, it's
I'm
not.
about to tell you what I said. She said she went to a senior member of Buckingham Palace staff and said she was feeling suicidal, and that member of staff said she couldn't get help. That story doesn't reappear in Harry's 415-page book and has never been substantiated by anybody else, nor has it been repeated by Meghan Markle.
You didn't know that when you said that.
I'm afraid.
But you did not know that when you said that.
Sorry, I didn't believe it. It didn't sound true. And by the way,
but why?
I'm allowed.
But why you didn't believe it?
Ernest.
It must be because she's black, right? That's what this guy's conclusion is. Not because the story doesn't add up. It's because she's black.
You're allowed to. So you're allowed to believe that she's lying, and I can believe that what you said was racially biased.
I'm allowed to disbelieve.
And I'm allowed to believe that what you said was racially biased.
And I'm also allowed to disbelieve you when you call me a racist because it's wrong, and you shouldn't do it.
I said that you made racist remarks. I did not call you a racist, Piers. You're trying to make yourself a martyr in a situation that you started. You didn't have to go disrespectful below the belt with Meghan. You chose to do that. And now you're mad because other people disagree with you.
For what I thought was a disgusting attack on the British royal family.
You made ad hominem attacks against her character. You assassinated her character before the British press. And you know how the tabloids have been towards her. You understood what you were doing.
I've been just as scathing, if not more so, against Prince Harry, who I actually think is more to blame.
Didn't you? I want to know if this is true. Riddle me this. Wasn't there a point in time where at least you tried to pursue a relationship with her? You all had history before all of this happened?
No, absolute nonsense. Okay, that was another lie. It's another lie. I met her once in my life.
Okay.
Okay, what do you mean, okay? We found more tweets while we've been talking to you. Are you calling me a British media racist darling? What does that mean, Ernest? What does that mean?
It means that you have recently chosen, lately in your career, for whatever reason, you went the road.
See now, he done pulled out receipts of him actually calling Piers Morgan racist, right? Black women like Trisha Goddard are dragging media racism, darling. Piers Morgan in the UK this morning, and we love to see it. Okay, so media racism, darling. Piers Morgan, that to me sounds like you calling him racist, right? I'm just saying, this guy is full of it.
Of basically baiting into a lot of the biased coverage of Meghan Markle.
Absolutely.
And a lot of it has been
this is the problem.
A lot of it has been targeted towards her in a biased way. And come on, can you admit that the coverage around Meghan Markle has been racially biased? Can you admit that?
Absolutely not.
Not talking about your work.
No, I think it's general. I think it's another load of absolute hogwash. Nonsense.
So you're dismissing the role of race in all of this. You don't think none of this has a role in any of the
British media. The British media has never been racist about Meghan Markle.
Okay, that's just a lie.
And it's not a lie.
We're going to agree to disagree.
It's not a lie. It's a fact. It's a fact.
No, it's not.
What is a lie?
No, it's not.
What is a lie, Ernest, is you telling people repeatedly, I'm a racist, and then you can't produce any evidence other than it's your feeling.
I said you made a racist tirade. Yeah. And you're offended, but here's the thing: you're blaming me for the criticism.
I'm not offended.
You said you're blaming me as a high influential black person,
calling
a black
out your
American,
lies. And by the way, it has nothing again.
You're blaming me for your criticism.
It has nothing to do with your skin color, Ernest. I don't care.
But you literally said you said I was a black influential person. You named my race. You said you're a black influential person, and that's why people thought that way.
I think when
so why did you bring my race into it?
I think when high-profile black people like you go public on Twitter.
Okay, high-profile black people like me.
Go public on Twitter and call me a racist.
You went public on Meghan Markle. Continue.
People believe it. And you know what? It's a
and people believe what you said about Meghan Markle, or no?
It's a lie. Anyway, we've got to leave it there.
This guy is beyond like saving, bro. Again, yeah. I just found that to be fascinating exchange. Couldn't come up with nothing. Couldn't come up with one example of Piers Morgan actually making a racist comment about Meghan Markle. If anything, the people that have made this about race have been the leftists that are defending Meghan Markle. They're the ones that bring up her skin color. The people criticizing her really don't have anything to say about her skin color as much as they have to say about her behavior. But again, hey, if you're white and you criticize anybody not white, is racism. Okay, you don't have the right to just legitimately criticize people if you're white, apparently. So hey, let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.